Okay, it is time to unwind. Holy mother. Anyway, we got all the little loopies on. Let's see if we can turn it so you can see it. Yeah, this orange chalk is killing me. I cannot find my pink one. I think the floor ate it. Stuff kind of went crash boom bang earlier because it was just getting like way full, and the pink one has poofed, and it's frustrating the shit out of me. It's probably under the sewing machine. Nope, not under there. I have no idea. So anyway, where I left off, and I was explaining how this whole design is going to work. We haven't done the valance yet. We will get to that. But anyway, this is the jabot. These are the marks. I marked the folds before I took it apart and started putting all these little loops in. But this will be done, this loop, like this one and the end one, those are going to be pretty much, those loops go to those buttons. This loop here will go to its button. However, all the other ones will change. This loop here will go to its button. But then there's going to be two in the middle. Or one in the middle. That will move position. So, this will get folded. And I'll stitch down about 5 inches, 6 inches to hold this in place, just to lessen the headache. And then when it flips over to this side here, move this one out of the way so you can see it. They're all marked, they're all stabbed, everything is pinned in place. When this loop moves over to that button, that will designate whatever color on top. And then this one here, God, I fucked it all up. You can't see anything. I'm trying to show you. Okay. I haven't even drank the damn beer yet, and I'm flaky already. So in this one here, this will get stitched also. When these two are together, they will consume one button, and that will designate the butterflies on top. But when this flippy flips over to here, and flip the whole thing over, that'll make the pink on top. And the butterflies will be the background. Here. Now, how you go about doing that is you take both panels and you face them toward each other. Points going that way because they're all folded up right now, just to make, because I only have limited space on this table. But and you mark them all and they mirror each other. That way you know they're going to be even. Now I got to make the valance. So now, the buttons are right here. Got a bunch. So as it turns out, it's only going to need 5 buttons. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Because that one's going to be stationary. That one's going to be stationary. That one's going to be stationary. And that one's going to be stationary. And the only ones that are actually going to move are the ones in the middle. The loops. So we got 7 loops, 5 buttons. And depending on what way we flip these 2 that are going to get sewn, these little flippers, will determine what color is on top and what one is on the back. I may have to do these when I get there in August. She may get confused. I know her husband will figure it out, but I don't want her to get frustrated. However, I am going to mark them. So, this side here, it'll have a little bee on the hem and a little bee on the hem. You match up the bees. That means the butterflies. This side will have the little peas and little peas. Over here, that means it'll be the pink on top. Same with this one. B, B, P, P. Should eliminate some level of confusion. But that is the plan. So I have to stitch these. I have to mark them down. I only mark their placements. I want to do about like to where this is like the straight edge kind of thing. A little bit past that. It's about 6 inches, roughly. What it comes up to. Yeah, beer burps. But anyway, yes, that is, my brain hurts because I think too much. Anyway, so this will probably get done in a few minutes. I'm gonna drink me a beer and sip some coffee and puff a little bit and maybe watch a couple of shorts and think about what I'm gonna eat because I haven't eaten yet today. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. I went to go return the package and I got back and I was working and I saw my phone flash and I was like, someone just called me and I didn't see it. Text me or something. And I looked and one of the managers at work who lives up near my mama called and I was like, I don't ever hear from him unless he needs me. It's like work related, right? And I was like, I'm wondering, they got something going on tonight and they need me to come in and batch or something, right? You know, they asked me to come in. Can you cover the first couple of hours and I'll come in and cover you? You know, that kind of negotiation. Because I told him, I was like, I live 8 fucking miles away. You live an hour away. You know, and given any time of the night, you know, he's an hour away. Me, 8 miles, 15 minutes. Him, an hour away. Doesn't matter how many fucking miles it is. He puts the pedal to the metal. Boom. He might be able to get here in 45. He's still 50 miles away. Anyway. So I was thinking, yeah, maybe it's a work-related thing because he's got me coming in at 5. But I do know how to open up and batch and, you know, get everything ready and set, go. And they might have called him in because our batch manager is a crybaby. He's a whiny fuck, period. So I always told him, I was like, hey, if they spring something on you that's kind of kooky when it comes to my plant, they want you to come down here to do anything, just call me. You know, just, yeah, it's easier for me to get there and cover down for you. for a couple of hours, as opposed to you know, having to, you know, it's their fuel. He has a company truck. It doesn't matter. But, you know, in a pinch, you know, you're out with your buddies and y'all are, the hell? I got a dreadlock stuck in my bra. How long has it been there? Jesus. Anyway, you're out with your buddies and you're riding and whatnot, and you know, you don't get back, and they give you the last minute, hey, can you come in, kind of bullshit. You know, just call me, just let me know. So that's what I thought it was. I thought it was that they might be pulling a night port tonight, and they want him to come in and, you know, cover down for 3 or 4 hours at my plant until our batch guy gets there. You know, because he's pissing and moaning about too many hours being on salary and all this other shit. It's like, go to fucking hourly then. You know, period. That's what I would do. I'd go to hourly. I wouldn't do salary. Never again. Never. Hell no. They get you work a lot for free. Anyway, so I call him back, and he's like, you good? What are you talking about? No, I just drove by you know, there's a motorcycle accident up here. And I looked, you know, and I saw, you know, I couldn't really see, but I started asking around, and someone said that it was a blue Harley and a black Indian. And they said that the blue Harley was getting driven by a guy and the black Indian was being driven by a girl. And he goes, I didn't really see. I couldn't tell if it was your bike or not. But when I heard girl and Indian, I knew, you know, it was like, yeah, the only one I know, female that rides a black Indian is me. That's what he was thinking. So he called to see if I was okay. And he's like, you been out riding? No, not this week, actually. I'm balls deep in sewing baby shit. He was like, he chuckled. He's like, oh, really? He goes, no, I was just concerned. He goes, I saw that wreck and I couldn't get a real good bird's eye, and I started asking around, and they said it was a girl on the Indian. And he goes, you're the only girl I know that drives an Indian, so apparently somebody else out there's got an Indian, you know, black one. And technically mine's gunmetal. It's matte black. But he's a fucking bath. And here I am. Are you going to stifle my motivation? Are you? Hope not. Anyway. Yeah, I'm trying to decompress a little. So yeah, I was like, well, wow, my cup runneth over. Thank you. I appreciate that wholeheartedly. Wow. You know, thank you for looking in, you know, looking out kind of thing. It's not very often that I get a direct phone call wondering, hey, are you okay? You know, usually it's something on Facebook, and they put, yo, check in. Something's been going on. So I explained to him, I said, no, I haven't even been on Facebook today. I you know, I've been balls deep into this. I started this at like 2:30 in the morning, you know, trying to get this stuff done. You know, baby's due somewhere around the 14th of August. I'm trying to get it there before the 1st of August. You know, work and everything. As soon as I get home, I try to do a little bit of something to, you know, keep the progress going. So the bumper rail is not done. I've got it mapped out. I went and looked at pictures of her crib. And then I got a gross estimate based upon the size of the rails and everything to where I need to place these ties with respect that they won't be too far off. There's that. And I got to do the valance, and I got to do the skirt. And then I can get to work on the canopy thing. I've got the little eyelet lace clipped to the ring. for now. And I've got to get the buttons sewn on it. I have really fancy buttons. They're so pretty. Check these out. Because it's chiffon, the thing. And so I've got to get the chiffon. I've got to get it. The shit is slippery as fuck too. So I've got to get it laid out in some way and get it hemmed up. And I've got a crap ton of this material and the pink stuff that I can use and create rolled hems with. This stuff is so easy to work with. So I may end up doing like really 1/4 inch strips for the tulle, because otherwise I have to roll the tulle, and the tulle is impossible. Oh my, not the tulle, the chiffon. If you've ever worked with chiffon, you know my pain. I don't want to deal with it at all. Now I have this stuff. It's like pink, and it's already, I mean, given situation, I mean, this stuff is pretty wide. It's like 1/2 inch folded. I could probably split this in half and re-iron it and get enough of this, because if I'm not mistaken, this is only like 3 yards. I have a gray one too that I could use. I also have ribbon, but I do not know how flexible this ribbon is, and I don't want to take its little containment off, because if I do, it's going to go and come off the roll, and then I'll have a mess. But the point is chiffon is extremely, extremely slippery, and it is a son of a bitch to work with. Now, why did I pick that? I don't know. Don't judge me. I was going on color scheme and idea, and then I thought about it after I bought it, and I'm like, you are a glutton for punishment. You are just trying to kill yourself, girl. Yeah, I'm torturing myself is what it is. So that is my Sunday. We're almost done with these on this regard. As soon as I get everything sewn up and sewn in, these are going in the wash. This has to get the ties sewn on, and then that can go in the wash. And then I can work on using that scrap stuff from these. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to get the valance and everything put together for the window. That should be easy. Should be. I'm going to give it a good, I have some, like the thick curtain rod type of stuff. I have the wood. It's like closet for the, coat hanger thing, because I'm remodeling closets too. I have some of that I can use as a measurement guide. That should work to make sure that the pocket is thick enough for whatever rod type of thing she wants to use. She might be doing the cheap ones. She might be doing the great big ones with the valance, with the little ball things on the ends. God knows what this child has in her brain at the moment. So we have a plan. We're going to get this done. Just after doing this for 10 hours, I needed a break, and I just wanted to give you an update that's how that worked. And yeah, other stuff, yeah, feels good. One of the managers actually checked up on me because he saw a motorcycle accident, and he was afraid it might have been me. So, thank God it wasn't me. But anyway, yeah, I might be getting a new bike. This one's paid off. So, that being said, if I'm not mistaken, I did stop the payment on that. So I should be getting a refund check and my title here soon. So, but I'm going to keep this one because I really like it. It's doing weird stuff. Yeah, I got to call them about that. And so, when I go in there to call them and ask them, hey, what is this doing? You know? Yeah. It says I'm in neutral, but I'm doing 60 going up a hill. Last time I checked, I was in 6th gear. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, why is it doing it? I didn't drop speed or anything. And as soon as I kicked down, it went back into, reflected the gear that I was supposed to be in. So I was just like, what the fuck is this thing doing? It's got over 24,000 miles on it. Yeah. Let's see. 2 trips to New York. 1 trip to Idaho. 1 trip to Colorado and back. And then a shit ton of joyriding and using it as transportation to go to work. Because I just like it. So, we'll see. It might be something to not worry about. It might be something they can fix. It might be, something that's going to cost me an arm and a leg. God fucking knows. Motorcycles. But, whatever it is, as long as I call them ahead of time, they know what the hell they're looking for. And 9 times out of 10, they can get it fixed before I even... get back home, if I have to take it back, if I have to go back home. So, yeah. I've only had to bring it in there once and leave it on a trailer. I had to bring it on the trailer and leave it, and they had it fixed before they even closed that day. And I was like, please stay there, and so I can pick it up. So they hung out about 30 minutes after closing, just to wait for me. I said, I am on my way. I'm coming to get it. I just got to get a ride out there. That's the problem. So, I got a ride out there. Went and picked up the bike. And, yep. It was under warranty. So, I didn't have to pay them anything. Yep. All good. So, yeah. That's my my thing going on. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who are, like, fighting the sobriety thing. And they're, saying, well, she quit drinking in November. Yes, I quit drinking in November. I quit drinking 8 a day in November. A lot of times I don't drink at all. But here, I'm a little bit overwhelmed, and I need to decompress. And, yeah, the anxiety is high because I feel like I'm running out of time. And doing 1 or 2 in the midst of doing all of this, no, it's not a detriment. Having a few when you go to a friend's birthday party or, celebrating July 4th. I had 4 on 4th. 1 every now and then after work if it was a rough day. Just to decompress. But, yeah, that 8 beer a night shit has stopped. Yeah, it just doesn't happen. I can't even handle 8. I can barely handle 4. Yeah. Yeah. 4 make me pass out. Yeah, my tolerances go, don't. Anyway. It... God, I am proud of myself. God, I have gotten so much done. And I've got like 7 sheets in there that are completed. I just need to get them all ironed and folded up. Everything's got to get washed and, whatnot. And I'm going to go, yeah. Progress! Yes. It's beautiful progress. So, happy Sunday, y'all. And peace out. I'm probably going to continue on until I fall flat on my face. Until I screw something up and get mad. Then I'll quit.